So the game I'm playing today is called Moose Life. This is a game. I'm not sure how to adequately describe this game though, since there's just so many things that are happening within it. I mean, there's plenty of things happening on this title screen right here, as you can see, that I'm not entirely sure how to describe with words. But I am gonna try my best either way, so I have played this game for a little while off screen. And the best way that I can describe this game is that it's an arcade-style shoot-'em-up that is very reminiscent of classic arcade shooters from the 80s. This game was developed primarily by Llamasoft, who are also the same people who made Grid Runner Revolution, another very chaotic shoot-'em-up that I covered on the channel about a year and a half ago. And this is the newest game that they've put out. They actually released this game only a couple of weeks ago. So in this game, you are controlling a moose, as the game's title would imply, and the entire game takes place within a third-person perspective, which is kind of unusual for a shoot-'em-up. Yeah, as if the camera angle is the only thing that's unusual about this game. I mean, look, if you've already seen the video that I did on Grid Runner Revolution last year, then you already know what Llamasoft are about. They're mostly known for creating a lot of retro-inspired shoot-'em-ups with a very psychedelic edge to them. Moose Life really isn't any different in that regard. Now, if you want to know how exactly this game plays, it actually plays in a fairly similar manner to Juno First, if you also remember the video I did on that game a while back. So this entire game actually takes place on two different playing fields. There's a playing field at the top of the screen and one on the bottom, and you can switch between those two playing fields at any time you want by pressing the B key on your keyboard. Pressing the B key will cause your moose to jump to the other playing field, essentially. And this is useful because there are certain enemies in this game that will appear on the ceiling, so in order to kill them, you have to switch to the playing field on the top of the screen. And it is important to note as well that the enemies can also move between those playing fields too. And as with most arcade-style shoot-'em-ups, the only real objective in this game is to try and get the highest score possible. Now, apparently, the game does have an ending, but I've never been able to reach the ending before. And I have no idea how many levels this game contains, but apparently there's a lot of them. Way more than I expected, to be honest. I think there's at least 40 levels, and there might even be more than that. Now, of course, I'm not going to try and show off every single level in the game, because that would take way too long. And I also want to mention, too, that the game is not as cut and dry as just shooting enemies and just completing levels. It is possible for the enemies to drop various power-ups, which will increase the attack power of your moose. All of the power-ups in this game appear in the form of pills. I mean, make of that what you will. And much like how it would take way too long for me to show off every single level in the game, it would also take way too long to show off every single power-up, because there's also a massive amount of power-ups in this game too. It's actually kind of ridiculous. So with all of that being said, I think we are just going to start playing the game now, because I don't really have anything else to preface the video with. But one thing that I do need to warn you guys about before I start playing this game, due to the fact that the game is very heavily themed around psychedelia, there are, predictably, a lot of flashing lights and patterns in this game. There's a lot of, like, neon explosions and a lot of particles flying all over the place and changing color very rapidly. So if you have epilepsy, or you're very sensitive to certain flashing patterns, then I do not recommend that you watch this video at all. Because as you're gonna see later on in this video, this game gets a little bit carried away with all of its particle effects. It starts out relatively tame at first, but once you get to around level 5 or 6, it starts going completely off the rails at that point. So if you are sensitive to that kind of stuff, I strongly advise you to turn back now. Because I'm fully aware that there will be certain parts of this video that will not be watchable at all for certain people. So please take care of yourself first. I don't want you guys to risk your own health and safety by watching this video. As for everyone else watching this video, well, strap yourselves in because we're about to go on another wild psychedelic ride into the mind of Jeff Minter once again. So I guess we should start by talking about the different game modes. So there's only 3 different game modes in Moose Life. So you have Free Ride mode, which I guess is kind of like this game's version of a Zen mode. You have an unlimited number of lives in this game mode, and this is just kind of a mode where you can, I guess, trip out without having to worry about losing all of your lives. This is basically like a free play mode where you don't really, you don't really have to play the game correctly at all. You can kind of just do whatever the hell you want. I might show that off later. But this is the normal game mode right here, so this game mode's basically 3 lives. I believe you get a new life or an additional life for every 100,000 points that you score. And then you have pure mode, where you start with 9 lives instead of 3. I think the maximum amount of lives you can have in the game is 9. And the only difference between normal and pure mode is that in this mode, I don't believe you can obtain lives by collecting 100,000 points each. So once you lose a life, then that life is gone for good. And you always start from the beginning in pure mode, so you can't go back to levels that you've already completed or you already managed to reach, unlike in normal mode, because you'll notice that I can actually start at level 4 in normal mode if I want, because that's the level I was able to get to before. Pure mode doesn't allow you to do that. You always begin at level 1 in pure mode. I also have to warn you guys that this game contains a large amount of animal puns in it. Yeah, I do have to mention that this is another game in which Jeff Minter is once again showing off his very weird obsession with barnyard animals. And in this particular game, his obsession takes on the form of not just very weird comments about barnyard animals, but also the incredibly stupid puns that he's also sprinkled throughout the game as well. As a matter of fact, there's actually a pun that you see on the title screen right here. Service with a smile! Oh yeah, this is indeed a Llamasoft game. You even have a pun on Namco right here, Lamco. Anyway, we are gonna get started with normal mode, and I am gonna begin on level 1. So you press the Z key to start right here. So you have to hold down the up arrow key in order to move forward, which is a little bit weird, but I don't really mind it all too much. So there's all these enemies that will form out of thin air right here, and your objective is to just shoot them down. Yeah, it says press the jump button to move between surfaces, and I have explained already that you press the B key in order to move between those surfaces. So, I am very surprised at just how similar to Juno First this game actually is, because not only does this kind of look like the, I guess, pseudo 3D grid from Juno First, but a lot of these enemies also move in a very similar fashion to Juno First as well. So there's this purple ball right here that I do actually want to shoot down. Yeah, and the enemies also wrap around the screen too, much like they do in Juno First. So what I just got there was that I destroyed that purple ball, and there were a bunch of sheep that popped out of it. Again, there was a bunch of sheep that you could also collect in not Juno First, in Grid Runner Revolution. So in this game, the sheep do serve a completely different purpose. They effectively serve as I guess some sort of invincibility power-up, because when you destroy that purple ball, there's a bunch of sheep that pop out, and in order to become invincible for a certain period of time, you have to grab the sheep. Depending on how many sheep you grab, you'll be invincible for more seconds. So when you turn into a purple moose, that means you are invincible, and it does show you how much time you have remaining until you become vulnerable again. So apparently I did actually receive an extra life. I did die. I have no idea what even killed me actually. Okay, maybe it's actually 50,000 points. I don't fully remember how many points I actually need in order to get an additional life here. Yeah, but we destroy another purple ball. You also need to pay attention to those little, like, rainbow stars on the screen as well, because these enemies also behave a lot like the enemies in Juno First, in the sense that they lay down these weird, like, stars that are basically bombs, and you have to, well, you have to avoid them at all costs, otherwise they'll kill you. Yeah, very similar to those little star bullets that the enemies in Juno First launch at you. So, again, I'm very surprised at how similar this game actually is to that, like, old, obscure Konami arcade game. I'm already at level 3 right here. I am completely missing all the pills, by the way. So, these pills right here, these are the power-ups. So I did get a spread shooting pill, and as I mentioned before, there's a lot of different kinds of pills that you can collect in this game. Way too many of them to go over in a single video, though. But that yellow and purple pill right there is a smart bomb, and if I collect that, then all of the enemies on screen will explode simultaneously. Now, as far as I'm aware, though, it's completely random as to whether or not the enemies will drop power-ups for you. I think the exact types of power-ups they drop is also completely randomized, too. So most of the enemies in that level were only dropping smart bombs, but they can drop a whole variety of different kinds of pills. Yeah, I did get a rapid shooting pill right there, which I completely missed, by the way. But you'll notice right here that under normal circumstances, I can only fire my shots straight ahead of me. But there are some power-ups which will allow me to get rapid shooting. I think there's another pill that allows me to get spread shooting, so that my, my bullets will spread out a lot more. You know, a lot further out than they normally do. I'm completely missing all the damn pills right here. See, the only problem with having all of these, like, neon explosions on the screen, though, is that oftentimes it can be very difficult to concentrate on what is actually happening on the screen, because it's almost like these colors are completely blinding you and you can't see what's going on. It's not as bad in Grid Runner Revolution, because all of the particle effects in Grid Runner Revolution were very tame compared to this. It's like, for whatever reason, Jeff Minter decided to take that and, you know, put it on like 5,000 different levels of LSD, pretty much. That's what this game feels like. It feels like Grid Runner Revolution on 5,000 different levels of LSD combined with the gameplay of Juno 1st, in order to create a very surreal shoot-'em-up experience that honestly feels like it came from a completely different dimension altogether. And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure how to feel about it. I mean, the game itself is very fun, but I can't help but feel like he might have gone a little overboard with the particle effects here. I mean, I still very much enjoy them for what they are, but holy crap, man. I mean, even when I was playing this game off screen, and keep in mind too that I am not actually epileptic, but even so, I find it very difficult to concentrate on this game for like more than 5 minutes, or like, I find it really hard to stare at this game for more than 5 minutes, because my eyes started to get strained very quickly because there was just too much happening on the screen. It was like visual overload for me, pretty much. I guess this is one of those games where it's kind of trying to invoke that feeling of synesthesia as well. Not just psychedelia, but also like, you know, it does kind of feel like something that Tetsuya Mizuguchi would release as well. That is kind of what this game feels like to me too. But I feel like this game is a million times more intense than anything that Tetsuya Mizuguchi has put out in his career. Like, this is absolutely insane. There's a hoof stomp pill that somebody dropped somewhere. Oh, and you want to know what also makes this game very similar to Juno 1st? If you leave the enemies alone for too long, they'll mutate into much stronger enemies. Literally like Juno 1st. Yeah, I completely lost all my lives, by the way. You live 7 times, a herd of 176 stags. I have no idea what that means, but I did reach level 5. I did get a better score that time than I did before, so I actually did a little bit better. And since I have reached level 5, I'll be able to restart at that level, I believe. Yes, I will be able to. Yeah, all the level names have puns contained within them as well. Yeah, and what's very useful is that the puns are highlighted in different colors. I mean, that's all I really have to say about normal mode. I guess we could move on to pure mode now. Yeah, and something that I also want to show off too is that when you are a purple moose, like when you spawn in, you will be invincible for a couple of seconds. And there is this mechanic when you do spawn in for the first time, where if you move between the different surfaces, when your moose actually lands on the surface, it creates a rainbow shockwave that destroys all of the enemies near it. So if there's a bunch of enemies that appear at the exact point that you spawn at, well, you can just destroy them with a shockwave, pretty much. It only lasts for a couple of seconds, though. And I do believe the hoof stomp pill that we saw earlier actually allows you to do the exact same thing, or it basically gives you the exact same power-up, where you move between different surfaces and it creates a shockwave that kills enemies. Keep in mind, though, that the majority of the upgrades in this game are temporary, and unfortunately, the game does not explain to you how long you have left until the upgrade runs out, which I find kind of odd, since it does tell you how much time is remaining until your Purple Moose upgrade runs out, so I don't understand why it doesn't just do that for the other upgrades. I do believe it is possible to combine upgrades in this game as well, so if you collect multiple upgrades at a single time, they will all get activated all at the same time. So you can come up with some very insane synergies, or you can create some really crazy synergies with that. Okay, where are the sheepies? There we go. There we go. The sheepies also wrap around as well. I don't think they remain on the screen for too long. So this upgrade right here is double moose. So you have a secondary moose at the top of the screen that also fires bullets, so you basically have double the firepower. I believe the double moose is invincible, if I'm not mistaken. I think what I received right there was a bonus pill, which only gives me more points, if I'm not mistaken. The bonus pills are pretty much useless in free ride, though, because free ride doesn't keep track of your score at all. And you can actually get to the end of the game pretty easily in free ride. And the thing is, I actually played free ride for a very long time off screen before recording this video because I wanted to see how many levels there actually were in this game. And I only managed to get to level 37 before I got completely bored and I just decided to stop. Well, it's not necessarily that I got bored, but my eyes were really starting to hurt because there was just, like, so many explosions, so many rainbow explosions happening on the screen that it got to a point where my eyes could no longer take it, so I had to take a break for a while. So I actually have no idea— oh my god, those explosions. So yeah, I actually have no idea how long this game is, but apparently it has a lot of levels contained within it. So this doesn't seem to be entirely modeled after old school arcade games where they just, you know, they just go on forever. They don't technically have an ending and they just kinda loop indefinitely. There's definitely an endgame contained within Moose Life somewhere, but I haven't been able to reach it so far. The game definitely seems to be a lot longer than I initially thought it was. I wasn't entirely sure whether or not this game would be shorter or longer than Grid Runner Revolution, but it seems to be— I don't know, it kind of seems to be mostly the same length as it, or about as long. I mean, there is an achievement you can unlock in this game for getting to the ending, which apparently less than 2% of the people who played this game actually own that achievement on Steam. So, I guess not a lot of people have actually seen the ending to this game. And honestly, my attention span is not long enough to be playing free ride for like an hour on end just trying to get to the game's ending. Also, I do have a little helper that's firing bullets for me automatically. I have no idea what that upgrade is called though. I think it's called Helping Hirsch or something like that. Yeah, you get like a little partner that helps you out. Helps you out in taking out all these freaking enemies right here. Holy crap, man. I think level 5 is just a level where all of the enemies are just spawning endlessly, and they don't ever stop. Gotta just avoid all of these freaking stars. These stars are basically like little bombs that you have to avoid. Thankfully, they're not as trolly as the little star bullets in Juno First, that some of which can actually fire their own bullets at you. I don't think the little star bombs in this game function the same way, though. Yeah, so this right here is Hoof Stomp, where I can basically create some shockwaves, and holy crap. See, there's so many particle effects on the screen that the game's actually lagging right now. Not even the game can handle this. It's too much psychedelia, too much acid going on. The acid is too strong with this one, guys. Not even the game can take it. It's too much. Thankfully, I did lower the brightness on my laptop screen way down before I recorded it, and I'm actually able to handle this game a lot better now, I feel. Because of that, it's not as bright anymore. But yeah, you can definitely see why this game would not really be all that friendly to someone who suffers from photosensitive epilepsy or has a history of seizures. Yeah, I don't know about this. I don't know if I would say that this is the most accessible game ever, since there doesn't really seem to be an option to, like, to minimize all of these effects either. Because there doesn't seem to be any options that allow you to lower the intensity of all of these particle effects, unfortunately. That is kind of a shame, especially since I do actually think that this game is incredibly fun. And I think that if you are a fan of old school shoot-'em-ups, then you owe it to yourself to check this game out, but holy crap, man, it's just like— If they could have at least added an option to lower the intensity of these effects, then I think we would have had a real keeper on our hands here, but yeah, there doesn't seem to be that many options in this game to begin with. I mean, there's like resolution options, of course, but no graphical options for some weird reason. Now, if you're looking at this game and thinking to yourself, wow, this would be quite the riveting experience indeed in VR, well, you're in luck because this game does have a VR mode. Yeah, if you want to experience this game in virtual reality, you can. Of course, that requires a VR headset, and the only reason I'm not showing off that game mode today is because I don't own a VR headset myself, but holy crap, man. Experiencing this kind of insanity in virtual reality, yeah, that would give you, I think that would actually put your mind in a completely altered state. Yeah, who even needs drugs when you have Moose Life? in VR. I mean, just playing this game is mind-altering in and of itself. It's actually mental. So I mean, if you have a VR headset and you want to fully immerse yourself in the psychedelic hellscape that is Moose Life, well, be my guest. It is definitely possible, although I feel like if you were to experience something like this in VR, then it would definitely change you as a human being. I feel like once you came out the other side, you wouldn't be anywhere near the same person that you were 10 minutes ago. If you didn't notice, by the way, I completely died again. I reached level 6 this time around. I have a herd of 208 stags now, apparently. I still don't understand what that means. I don't know if a stag is like a type of sheep or whatever. I have no idea. I mean, Jeff Minter seems to know more about sheep than literally anyone else on the planet, so he probably knows what he's talking about, but I certainly don't. So I mean, that's all there really is to say about pure mode and normal mode, so I guess we could also show off free ride mode right here. So you do have unlimited lives in free ride mode. I also decided to start back on level 5 because I do want to show you guys some of the other enemies and other power-ups that you can encounter in the later levels. I'm not going to be playing this mode for too long, however, because I do want to keep this video on the short side if I possibly can, or at least as short as I can make it. I already mentioned in my ski-free video that I do want to start making videos that are less than an hour long, at least for a little while. I mean, there might eventually come a point in time where I do finally go back to making, like, multi-hour long videos, but part of why I wanted to play this game today is also due to the fact that I want to just try and shorten my videos now, so I'll be showing this game mode off for maybe a few minutes. Maybe we'll try and get to at least level 10, but I don't know if I'll be playing the game further beyond that. Because I mean, if I'm being fully honest, guys, I've already pretty much talked about everything I've wanted to discuss regarding this game. I mean, it's another psychedelic shooter from Llamasoft. I think if you're familiar with any of Llamasoft's games, that pretty much sums up everything you need to know about it. Okay, so there was a pill that we went past that was called Giraffe Party, and I want to see if I can actually try and grab that. Because I believe what Giraffe Party is that, well, you're surrounded by giraffes, and if the enemies get close to them, well, they get destroyed pretty much. You know, it kind of forms like a protective shield around your moose. That's basically what that power-up entails. I also have no idea what these enemies are, by the way. They're like rainbow play-ins that are just flying around the entire field right here. Holy crap, dude. Okay, well, this is hippie shots. I don't remember what hippie shots is, though. But all I know is that they cause a lot more explosions. That's all I really know about them. I just know that they're like a more powerful type of bullet, but I don't know what they actually change with my bullets, though. I also have no idea what top hole means. That definitely sounds like a euphemism for something that I really don't want to think about. See, another issue is that when you're destroying enemies this quickly, there's so many pills that are popping out of them that it can be very hard to just, you know, see where the pills are as well. Because when you have all of these explosions going on, the pills might as well be invisible. There's so many of them dropping all at once, too. Like, I'm having a difficult time right now just trying to see where the pills are. I see the sheep, though. I definitely see the sheep. There we go. Get my purple moose upgrade right here. Okay, Stag Party. I didn't even notice it there. It told me it was on the screen. Okay, where is it? Do I have it? No, I apparently didn't. I do want to mention that usually when the pills pop out of the enemies, they will always, yeah, they'll always move in a straight line. I do want to mention that. Yeah, I think Stag Party means that, yeah, when you kill an enemy, it actually converts them into another moose. And I think if you create enough stags, it basically forms a stampede that you can use to your advantage in order to destroy hordes of enemies on screen all at once. So we do have a new enemy type right here, which is not really an enemy, honestly, but yeah, you have these little, like, I don't know, these little potions, I guess? Well, that's kind of what they look like. They're basically bombs. Yeah, they're kind of like glitter bombs, almost. Yeah, you can also imagine all of these particles as basically being like giant explosions of glitter. I mean, that would kind of make sense, too. I think that would be, that's a very appropriate analogy for what's happening here. I would say, anyway. I think it is. Yeah, I think the Stag Party... Oh my god, dude. Somebody is, like, flying around the screen. There's a moose flying around the screen that's just, like, killing absolutely everything in sight, and it's helping me out a whole bunch here. Thank you very much, whoever the heck you are. But holy crap, man, I cannot concentrate on anything. Yeah, little bombs right here. You have to avoid the explosions, though, because those explosions can murder you. You have to avoid the shockwave in particular, because the shockwave is what destroys you. Ambiguous moose. In Europe, we call you an elk. Elk or moose, we all agree that you are a deer. A jolly big one. Level 8, what's the weather like? Looks like rain, deer. Oh god, please stop. I'm just getting, like, very bad flashbacks to the Henry Stickmin collection again, please. I've already, like, suffered enough with the puns in that game. Please, don't do this to me right now. Too tired for this nonsense. Holy crap. Oh my god, dude. I can barely concentrate on anything that's going on. This kind of reminds me of, like, Ikaruga's free play mode, because if you guys remember the video I did on Ikaruga, I literally played through that entire game on free play mode due to the fact that I absolutely suck ass at the game. This is pretty much what free ride mode is. Oh, wait, what am I shooting right now? Oh god, am I shooting like bulls or something? Yeah, I forgot that there's one upgrade that converts your bullets into whatever the hell this is. I think it's just like a more powerful version of the bullets that you normally have. Oh my god, dude. The game doesn't know what to make of this at all. There's so much lag that I'm experiencing right now. This is absurd. Yeah, this is like the insanity of Grid Runner Revolution combined with the insanity of Juno First, with all of the neon particle effects increased by like 1,000-fold. This is actually insane. I can't concentrate because I'm getting so distracted by all of the colors. It's just an explosion of pretty colors on the screen. I do need to avoid, yeah, I do need to actually avoid that particular enemy right there. Because if I shoot that enemy, it'll actually separate into smaller versions of itself. It can still be destroyed, however. You also have these random, like, voxels that are just floating around. Like a random clump of voxels that give you a certain number of points if you destroy them, depending on what color they are. I think the blue and yellow ones give you 256 points. Yeah, the blue and green ones, though, give you 512 points. Indeed, those are programmer numbers for absolute sure. I don't even know what's happening at this point. Okay, well, I think I have Helping Hirsch. Yeah, I believe if you do get one of the helpers, like one of the helper upgrades, those guys are invincible to enemies too. But again, they're only temporarily, so they're temporary. I can't freaking talk right now. Yeah, they're only temporary, which means, yeah, they only stay on screen for like maybe 30 seconds at most. What is happening right now? I think I got the Stag Party upgrade again, if I'm not mistaken. Because I'm noticing there's so many moose on the screen again all of a sudden. Holy crap, man. What even is this? This is unbelievable. I really do think this is one of those games that really requires you to just get in the zone and stay within the zone as best as you can. This is one of those games that requires your full concentration. You gotta get yourself into that flow state, and then everything will just... all of your movements will just come naturally to you at that point, even though you can barely see a damn thing that's happening. The buck stops here! Oh god, okay, so... I don't know what these cubes are, but if you shoot some of them, they turn red. I don't know what that means. Oh god, okay, I guess they explode if you shoot them enough. I'm assuming those are like little bombs or something, or like crates, bomb crates. I have no idea anymore. I don't know what anything is at this point. There we go. More sheepies, please. Thank you very much. Where even are they? Did I already acquire all of them? You'll also notice that when you do acquire sheep, they do follow you around. Okay, so what I got right there is called Buck Stampede, and, well, it's self-explanatory. It's a stampede of, I think, deer? If I'm not mistaken. And, well, they also kill enemies for you. Yeah, just send the army their way. Just absolutely destroy everyone's faces. Thankfully, most of the enemies in this game do die in one hit, so there we go. You just want all the neon explosions, then try to get as many power-ups as you can. This game is just, like, littered with euphemisms. I think Stinky Buck makes it so that enemies will actually avoid you, or, like, their bullets will avoid you, or some random crap like that. I have no idea what that does, actually. I don't remember. But yeah, you can see just how insane this game gets in the later levels. So much so that the game can't even keep up with all the particles on screen. It can't handle it at all. And I don't think it is even a problem with my laptop. I think the game engine is like struggling to keep up. I'm having a very difficult time trying to describe how exactly it is, or how it feels to play this game. Because this is unlike anything that I've ever played on my channel. I really do feel that way. You're pudding, not a moose. I like you, but not in the same way I like real moose. That would be odd. What? Oh, dearie me. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, now they're just setting up like a barricade right here. There we go. Setting up the roadblock. Have a big roadblock of cubes that you got to avoid. I mean, I guess the best way to go about this is to just focus on the moose itself and, you know, just try and keep track of where he is, but not keep track of where all the other enemies are. This is one of those games where really all you have to do is just keep moving and shooting, and you'll basically kill stuff no matter what. It doesn't really require that much effort on your part as the player. If you just keep moving and shooting, like, you can hold down the Z key to just shoot constantly, because you have unlimited ammo anyway. So, if you just move and shoot, with the arrow keys and a combination of the Z key, and maybe occasionally jump to the ceiling with the B key, then, I mean, you pretty much won't die. Yeah, I guess just focus on the moose's position, and you'll be okay. I have no idea what these little obstacles are. They're like little, they're like needles of some sort. Yeah, and they also move around. They make really weird noises, like little laser beam noises. These enemies you do have to shoot multiple times in order for them to blow up, though. That's the only thing. These are actually stronger enemies than the other ones. This cube right here, which also makes like a very nice-looking explosion as well. The explosion itself also happens to be cube-shaped. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I think we're fine. Yeah, you'll notice that some of the enemies are actually dropping down from the ceiling too and going up to the ceiling. So that's what I meant before when I said that they can also change, they can also switch between different planes on their own. That is definitely something you have to keep an eye out for. I have spread shooting right here. Something just spawned in front of me and I absolutely obliterated it. Holy crap, dude. I don't know what's happening. I actually cannot concentrate right now. There's too much. It's too much right now. I think I have Hoof Stomp. Yeah, want more explosions? Sure. Why the heck not? Just have all of the explosions. I can't believe, like, the game hasn't crashed yet. This is absolute insanity, dude. Gotta really get into the zone here. Like, even when you die, there's a massive burst of colors in the shape of your moose character that flies out of you. This is surreal. This is honestly like the most surreal game that I've ever played, I feel. And I've played my fair share of really bizarre games on my channel before, but I feel like this one takes the cake for like the most surreal game that I haven't just played in 2020, but I think just of all time. This truly is unlike anything I've ever played before. I feel like I could say that about a lot of Llamasoft's games, though. I have no idea if I will ever play Llamasoft's other games as well, though, because I mean, I have been thinking about doing a video on Space Giraffe, too, because I know that Space Giraffe is one of Llamasoft's more well-known games, even though that one is a lot older. That one originally came out in, I think, 2007? But still, I had been thinking about doing a video on it for a while, and then of course there's also Tempest 4000, which I wanted to play for a while too. I don't think that's gonna be the end of all the Llamasoft games that I cover on the channel. No, I think there's definitely gonna be more. Yeah, okay, I gotta get to the top. Gotta get to the top here to grab all the sheepies. Please and thank you. I died trying to collect some of them. Yeah, I think the way that purple ball works is that if you destroy the ball when you're upside down on the ceiling, then all of the sheep will remain on the ceiling too, or they'll get placed on the ceiling. And as far as I know, the sheep cannot switch between different planes either. Like, the sheep are the only characters, or one of the only characters, that can't switch between different playing fields. But other than that, I don't really know what more to say about this game, or this game mode, for that matter. I mean, yeah, that's basically Moose Life, guys. Yeah, basically, if Juno First was created by Eugene Jarvis, that's the best way I can describe this game. I really don't even know what else to say. Fleet Moose, you can already run pretty fast. We will help you run a little faster. Can you stand the pace? Well, I mean, never eat lamb, it's horrid. Bucking the trend. Haha. Bucking the trend. Oh yeah, by the way, so at level 15, there's all of a sudden mushrooms all over the damn place. Yeah, you got a bunch of mushrooms that you have to destroy, but these mushrooms can be helpful at times though, because if you have the purple moose upgrade and you're completely invincible, you can actually ram into these mushrooms in order to extend the length of the purple moose upgrade. So if you want to extend the time that you're invincible for, then these mushrooms actually help you with that. Wait, what? Okay, wait a second. Did that literally just say, ooh, what's this? Are you freaking serious, dude? You guys saw that too, right? Is this game seriously throwing freaking anime memes at me right now? What is even... I don't even know. I'm at a complete loss for words, guys. Like, I don't even understand. Yeah, okay, there's another Buck Stampede. Great. Absolutely fantastic. That helps me out very nice. 1340. Good score. Very good score. I mean, it's not like the points are useful in this mode anyway. I can't even tell what's happening. I'm just dying over and over, and it's not like it matters, because every single time, I just come back to life. It doesn't matter. No matter how many times I die, I keep on living. But yeah, I was gonna say, these mushrooms, they can help you out. There's also a lot of different types of mushrooms, too. There's like a purple mushroom, which I don't exactly know what it actually does. There's also this like rainbow mushroom, too, that changes a variety of colors. I don't understand the purpose of that. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's also speed boosts that you can go over in some of the later levels, which not only turn you invincible, but they also make you move faster. And when you do go through the little speed boosts, that's when you can ram into the mushrooms in order to extend your invincibility. So yeah, aside from that though, I really would kind of like to just end the video here, because this is going to keep going on for a very long time, because as I mentioned before, I managed to make it to level 37 in Free Ride, and the game was still going. Like, even at that level, it was still introducing new power-ups to me, and new enemy types as well. In fact, I'm pretty sure I encountered an enemy, like, much later on, like at level 35 or something like that. I'm pretty sure I encountered an enemy at that level that was literally just a banana. So, this game is insane, and I freaking love it. Unfortunately, it's not very friendly to people who suffer from photosensitive epilepsy, but I still love it regardless. If only it were more accessible, then this would be probably by far my most favored release of 2020, but yeah, this is a bit much even for me, I'm gonna be completely honest. Stag my pitch up. Yeah, even making references to the Prodigy. There's even music references in this game, guys. This game has everything, has all the references. It has music references, it has horrible puns, it has anime memes, apparently. This game has it all, dude. But yeah, other than that, I really do want to try and end the video, because I feel like there's no reason for me to continuously pad this video out any further, so that's gonna do it for me for now, guys. That's Moose Life. Oh my god, there's so many. There's just lights, there's colors everywhere. It's too many colors for me to handle and for the game to handle as well, apparently. Holy crap, man. Well, don't watch this video at night with the lights out, because that's a horrible idea. But yeah, that's Moose Life. I mean, it's a shoot-'em-up. That's all I can say about it. It's a very surreal type of shoot-'em-up. But I mean, just from playing this game, you can definitely tell that this was something that Jeff Minter had worked on. It has that, like, that signature Llamasoft blend, or I guess Llamasoft brand, of just absolute surrealism. And oh, Oxplosion, that's not what that other thing was called, actually. Oh my god, there's Moose, there's Ox. I can't. I actually can't right now. Yeah, basically Llamasoft bringing its signature brand of just absolute surrealism into the modern era. Is this exactly what we need in 2020 in the middle of a global pandemic? Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I mean, if you wanna experience drugs without actually taking drugs, then sure, I guess. If you're into that. Why are there so many mushrooms? There's so many mushrooms. Yeah, by the way, the mushrooms are like one of the very few obstacles in this game that don't actually kill you when you collide with it. Oh my lord. I wonder what the file size on this video is gonna be like when I finally finish recording this. It's probably gonna be like 1 terabyte or something, with all the colors exploding on the screen like this. This game is incredible, but god, I just wish it wasn't so straining on the eyes. I wish there was some sort of way to, like, lower the intensity of all these effects. But either way, guys, I think this is where I'm gonna end the video now, so I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video, regardless of, you know, everything that's happened up to this point. I just wanted to okay, I don't know what that was exactly, but yeah, I just wanted to cover something very weird again, guys. I was just in that kind of mood today, right? You're usually pretty chill, but if people annoy you, they better watch out or you'll beat them up. Something Moose. Something Moose. I don't know if that said ambitious moose or not, or like ambidextrous moose. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. Okay, I think it's fair to say that this game basically broke me, because I blame the mushrooms. It's the mushrooms, guys. I've been taking too many shrooms. My brain is not functioning correctly. All of my synapses are going into emergency shutdown right now. It's too much. It's too much. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna try to actually end the video now. So if you guys do want to purchase this game, the link is in the description. I think it's only available on PC right now. I think what I'll try to do, though, is that I'll try to at least try to get to level 20 and maybe complete level 20, and then after that we'll end the video. But yeah, that's Moose Life, guys. I mean, come to your own conclusion as to what you think of this game, because I don't even know. like, words. I can't even describe what's actually happening right now. This game broke me. Like, the game actually broke me. This game is literally from another dimension. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. It's from an alternate dimension. Vegetarian moose. I'm jolly glad you're not a carnivore, because if you were, you would be pretty terrifying, to be quite honest. Live free as in free deer. Steerable shots. Oh, that's what this was called. Steerable shots. Yeah, so this is actually kind of an interesting upgrade, though, because this upgrade allows you to steer your bullets, as the name would imply. You can actually steer them using the arrow keys, the left and right arrow keys to be specific, if you want to make them pivot to the left or the right, if you're trying to hit certain enemies, so that's what that's useful for. Oh my god, dude, there's just so many spinning tops appearing on the screen right now. All of these enemies probably have, like, official names, if I had to guess, but I just don't even know what they are. Kinda looks like there's other moose that are trying to take me down as well. I can't even tell. That moose looked like it was hauling ass right towards me. I don't think that guy was helping me at all. I think it was trying to take me out to dinner and not pay the check. Okay, hippie shots just causes more explosions to unfold. That's perfect. It's exactly what I need right now. Holy crap, man. There we go. At least I got the freaking smart bomb. Yeah, top hole. Again, what does that mean? What does top hole mean? Is that some sort of, like, European slang or something? I mean, Llamasoft are based in Europe, so I think it would make sense if there was a lot of, like, European slang being displayed on screen here that I just don't understand, because, I mean, I'm Canadian, so not like I would understand it whatsoever. Oh, Jesus. Stag party. Okay, well, what does this mean? Okay, yeah, there's just stags. I guess stag must be, like, is that what you guys call moose over in Europe? Because, I mean, here in Canada, we just call them moose. I have no idea. Happy Moose, you're just so full of joy, just running about and shooting out your lasers to zap all the little baddies. Lovely. Feel free as in under a buck. Okay. It's also a play on words, because buck, deer, okay, whatever. Alright, well, I think on the note of that horrible pun, I am going to quit here. And by the way, the only reason why it didn't allow me to skip all the way to level 37 is because when I was playing Free Ride off screen, I didn't realize that I could press the P key to pause the game, because I thought that maybe to pause the game I had to press the escape key, but it turns out that pressing the escape key closes the entire game, and because of that, it didn't actually save my progress in Free Ride, which basically means I have to play all the way to level 37 again. Yeah, if you want to save your progress, pause the game, and then press quit, or select the quit option, and then it'll save your progress, yeah. You lived 64 times, 258 stags created, 8 trippy stags created, and a herd of 208 stags. Yeah, so if you're playing the game in free ride mode, it also does not keep track of how many stags you created. Only if you play in normal mode or pure mode does it keep track of that statistic. However, it will allow you to start back at level 21 if you are able to get to it in free ride though, so don't even worry about that. There we go, we can start back at level 21 if we so desire. We're not gonna do that right now though, because we're gonna end the video instead, so yeah. So that's Moose Life. Come to your own conclusion as to what you think this game is about, because I honestly have no freaking clue anymore. The only thing I've been able to deduce from playing this game for about an hour now is that it's a shoot-'em-up in a somewhat similar vein as Juno First, but on, like, multiple levels of acid. Possibly created by extraterrestrial beings from another dimension, I'm not really sure. But it is definitely a video game, and that's all I can really say about it. It is a video game registered trademark. And if you want to purchase this video game, the link is in the description. It is a fairly cheap game, by the way. It only cost me about $8 to pick this game up on Steam. And as far as I know, Steam is the only platform that the game is available on, so I believe this is a PC exclusive. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video I make. Video games are by far the best entertainment medium on the entire planet, dude. If this game is not proof of that, then I don't know what is. Anyway, later guys.